Yes, sir.
I know that you're a big supporter of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and our core documents. And one of the things that's been bothering me about this cry for smaller government is those documents establish what set us apart from Europe is that we're the government. We are the government. I'm an ex-union official. I'm an ex-small business owner. I've participated in local government under the leadership of Pat. And we are the government. We tried no regulation and produced the Gilded Age in the 1870s and 80s where people were incredibly exploited. The robber barons took all the money. We're seeing that congregation of wealth, that concentration of wealth at the top again now. The Republican tax cuts are hinged on keeping the top 2% tax cut. I'd just like you to think about that, but then I'd like you to tell me what your views are on Social Security and also why the League of Conservation Voters lists you as one of the worst 10 legislators in the country on conservation issues. Do you still support drilling for oil in the Great Lakes, for example?
I never said I supported drilling for oil in the Great Lakes. That's what the Democrat Party pieced together. I said it seems strange that we stand so strong in not drilling for oil in the Great Lakes, and yet we purchase oil from Canada.
So you do favor it?
I didn't say that. No, that's how they put words in my mouth.
No, you're on record as favoring slant drilling into the Great Lakes.
I favor slant drilling. I favor environmentally sound drilling. I never said into the Great Lakes, but I said the actual statement was, we get all up in arms about drilling the Great Lakes, but we don't have any problem with buying our oil. The largest percentage of oil comes from Canada for us. And where do they drill? Slant drill in the Great Lakes and other places. And that's the issue I think we have to look at. Well, how are we going to be energy independent? That's the question. I don't care to drill in the Great Lakes. I don't want to put a derrick out in the Great Lakes. But I do want to be totally independent from any other country on using our own resources and expanding our own resources so nobody can cut us off. The League of Conservation Voters has a whole agenda way beyond what the normal citizen would ever want, accept, or dream about in the environment. And I majored in forestry and land management. I left high school, went to university. I love to stand in a free flowing trout stream and be able to see my browns and the rainbows. I want to breathe fresh air. I grew up in the south side of Chicago chewing the air, literally, with the refineries and with the steel mills. And I worked at the steel mills. Come out, you could see that dust all over my white car that turned pink before I got out of the ship. I don't want that. We also need to have business and jobs in this country, so we have to think, first and foremost, how do we continue the expansion of our country? How do we continue the growth so that we all have opportunities and move in the new ages of opportunity? China's doing that now, and they're not even thinking about the air or the water. Worse than what we did through our Industrial Revolution, but nonetheless, that's where they're at. We don't have to be there, but we don't have to put ourselves backwards either in continuing moving forward. Regulation is necessary. It's the issue of how much regulation. It's the issue of who controls the movement of society. Is it government, or is it government lightly, hands held lightly on the reins of control, of decency, but letting the free spirit, the creativity of America and its people expand? That's where I think it is, and that's what I'll fight for. Social Security.